I'm excited to see it because I want to see if Angel Reese dominates Napheesa Collier again. Angel Reese owned Napheesa Collier in Unrivaled. So I'm ready to see the rivalry again. I'm ready to see them go at it again. And this time.
All right. Number one, Napheesa Collier absolutely hooked Angel Reese's ass last night. 8 of 13, 61.5%, 26 points in 25 minutes and 53 seconds. She scored 26 in 26 minutes on their ass. Wow.
Angel Reese showed up for a preseason game, but Napheesa Collier showed up for a demolition project. And spoiler, Angel was the building. From the tip-off to the final buzzer, Collier turned that court into her personal highlight reel, while Reese looked like she accidentally walked into a WNBA masterclass. What did Napheesa do that had fans gasping and Angel searching for the exit button? Oh, just everything. Let's break down the beatdown that had everyone talking. And Angel rethinking her career choices.
Angel Reese, preseason, part 2, let's get it! What they say about layups, harder than nuclear physics. Bang! She's a point forward now, and nobody's more excited than opposing defenses. Time for the vintage underhand scoopity shot from 3 feet. Yep, there it is. Bang!
If you ever wanted to see a live demonstration of what happens when hype meets hardwood reality, look no further than the Minnesota Lynx turning Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky into an unfortunate footnote in Napheesa Collier's highlight reel. And no, this wasn't a documentary about self-esteem recovery. This was a masterclass in how to systematically dismantle a preseason princess who mistook the WNBA for a TikTok stage.
Kidding me. So, let's scroll down here. I don't want to give away the farm, but Angel was 2 of 8 from the field. 2 of 8 from the field. 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 10 points. Let's not
sugarcoat this. Angel Reese came into this matchup with all the puffed up preseason clout of a self-declared queen who just discovered the rebound stat on a box score. 10 points, 3 rebounds, 25 minutes. That's not a stat line. That's a polite participation award. You know the vibes. She'd been stat padding like a champ in the preseason, flexing on rookies and G-legal temps, probably thinking she was about to drop 40 and crown herself royalty. Spoiler alert, Napheesa Collier took one look at that delusion and said, that's cute.
Out to McDonald's, sponsoring the first ever fry cook in the WNBA. Bag work is off the dollar menu, man. What is this junk? Bang! Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And most importantly, Mother Teresa, Mother Nature, and Mother 2. I'm watching because of me too. Bang!
Collier came in like a seasoned executioner with a playbook dipped in pure disdain. This wasn't basketball. This was demolition. Angel tried her usual bully ball moves, but guess what? Napheesa wasn't having it. She wasn't one of those passive defenders who flinch at a flailing elbow or back away from a half-hearted spin move. No, Collier parked herself in Angel's comfort zone rent-free and built a fortress. And Reese, she showed up with a squirt gun to a firefight.
I had to make this video, distractions and all, man. This was such a feisty game. Angel Reese and Napheesa going at it. Angel Reese and Shakira going at it. I mean, it was jaw popping, jaw dropping, fouling, bodies flying everywhere. It was crazy work, all right?
It was a glorious unraveling. One moment, Angel Reese was pretending she was the second coming of Dennis Rodman, and the next, she was being yanked off the court like a prop that had overstayed its welcome. Oh, and the fans? Half of them probably didn't even notice because the real show was Napheesa putting on a defensive clinic while politely reminding everyone, hi, I actually play in this league.
Oh, Angel Reese fans fixing to be mad as hell. They gonna be mad as hell because if she plays off the rim like that, it's gonna be ugly.
Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. No, not Reese's underwhelming performance. That elephant's been tranquilized. We're talking about how this preseason bout was marketed like the opening bell of a Caitlin Clark vs. Angel Reese era. The so-called rivalry of the decade. Fire vs. ice. TikTok vs. talent. And who got dragged? Not Caitlin. Not even close. Because while Angel Reese was busy waving at imaginary haters and rehearsing her post-game sound bites, Caitlin Clark was, working, actually improving, actually focusing. She wasn't padding her stats against Summer League defenders. She was drilling 30 funners and making pro-level passes like she was born with a basketball for a heart and ESPN highlights in her DNA. Clark doesn't need to mug for the cameras. She doesn't need to tell you she's good. She lets her shot arc do the talking. She lets the double teams speak volumes. And while Angel Reese was trying to find her groove against defenders who clearly didn't care about her preseason mixtapes, Caitlin was calmly collecting respect like it was on clearance.
A total joke. As one of the best players, somebody that you would definitely believe is a top 3 or 4 player in all of the WNBA, gets shoveled out. And we all know why. I mean, good grief, seriously.
You want to know the real difference? Caitlin Clark walks on the court and you know you're going to see something insane. You clear your schedule, you hush your friends, you say, hang on, Caitlin's about to cook. When Angel Reese hits the hardwood, it's a coin toss. Will it be trash talk and 3 rebounds? Will it be attitude with a side of turnovers? Place your bets. And yet Reese still struts around like she's Caitlin's equal. That's the funniest part of this whole saga. It's like showing up to the Olympics with a potato sack and a dream, insisting you're Usain Bolt. Caitlin Clark doesn't have to chase clout. She is the clout. Meanwhile, Reese is out here auditioning for a WNBA version of Dancing with the Stats, pirouetting around the paint hoping someone notices. Let's not ignore the larger issue here. The Angel Reese delusion isn't just a Reese problem. It's a media machine issue, because every time she blinks, someone declares it a cultural moment. Every time she so much as breathes near a basketball, it's a headline. And then when she runs into a player like Napheesa Collier who treats her like just another jersey to shut down, suddenly the silence is deafening. No retweets, no think pieces, just crickets and a scoreboard.
Angel Reese, preseason, part 2, let's get it! What they say about layups, harder than nuclear physics. Bang! She's a point forward now, and nobody's more excited than opposing defenses. Time for the vintage underhand scoopity shot from 3 feet. Yep, there it is. Bang! Out to McDonald's, sponsoring the first ever fry cook in the WNBA. Bag work is up.
Oh, but Caitlin, she gets roasted for everything. Breathing, problematic. Scoring, selfish. Smiling, elitist. Apparently, being ridiculously good at basketball and not turning every layup into a Broadway monologue is offensive now. Meanwhile, Angel Reese can go 3 for 11, foul out, and still be hailed as a hero of the resistance. And let's give Napheesa her flowers, shall we? Because she didn't just block Angel on the court. She blocked her whole aura. She reminded everyone that real WNBA vets don't need ring lights and hype trains. They just show up, lace up, and dismantle whatever viral fantasy walked onto the court that night. Collier didn't need to talk trash. Her defense did all the trash talking for her. Every missed shot from Reese was like another punchline to a joke she never saw coming. It's going to be a long season if Angel Reese doesn't realize that this isn't Instagram Live anymore. This is the WNBA. This is where the Caitlin Clarks, the Napheesa Colliers, and the true hoopers live. Not influencers in sneakers, not drama queens with a crossover, but players who grind in silence and torch you in prime time.
Who amongst the Chicago Sky fans are really and truly basketball fans? Or are they Angel Reese, the content creator fans? Because, and you got some of those folks obviously tuning in for basketball. But is it because of Angel Reese or for the best interest of the Chicago Sky team?
So yes, let's call it what it is. Angel Reese got wrecked, shredded, served a humble pie, so large it needed its own seat on the team bus. And while she's chewing on that L, Caitlin Clark will just keep doing what she does best, torching nets, leading teams, and triggering jealous think piece writers who can't accept that a white girl from Iowa is the face of the league now. Oh, and one more thing. If this was supposed to be the start of the Caitlin vs. Angel rivalry, someone better tell Angel to actually show up. Because right now, it's Caitlin versus silence. Caitlin versus clout. Caitlin versus chaos. And spoiler alert, Caitlin's winning. Meanwhile, Napheesa Collier is sitting back with her feet up, sipping tea and wondering why everyone's acting surprised. She's been doing this. She just doesn't post about it. So next time the hype machine starts revving up for the next Angel Reese showdown, maybe just remember, there are levels to this. And Reese, she's still trying to find the elevator button. Napheesa's already at the top floor. And Caitlin Clark, she built the damn building.
I think that the person who is going to rise the most or even surpass in scoring in the league is Napheesa Collier. She had a fantastic year last year in so many different ways. They were so close. The Lynx were so close to winning the championship. And when I look at her drive and how she is as a player and how she steps up in such big ways, I can just see Fee going for more.
And let's be honest, this is barely the preseason. The games don't even count, and Angel Reese already looks gassed. If she's wheezing after 25 minutes against a real defender like Collier, what's she going to do when the schedule ramps up and actual playoff contenders start smelling blood? Maybe she can start training for the All-Star Game dance-off because that's the only highlight reel she's making if things keep going this way. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is doing what Caitlin Clark does, dominating like it's her birthright. She doesn't need preseason to prove anything. She's not chasing headlines because the headlines chase her. She doesn't need to play up rivalries or throw subliminal shade or mime hand gestures at opponents like she's in a WWE storyline. She just picks up the ball, drops 25 and 10, and walks off like it's grocery shopping. But the funniest part? The people trying to manufacture a rivalry like this is some carefully balanced clash of titans. Spoiler, it's not. It's a 10-car hype train slamming into the wall of cold, hard truth. This whole Clark versus Reese narrative is like comparing filet mignon to cafeteria meatloaf. One seasoned, refined, and beloved by the masses. The other one is undercooked, oversold, and still thinks it deserves a Michelin star.
Speaking of the Chicago Sky, their fans, the Angel Reese fans, have been pretty quiet after that game against Brazil. She's the greatest player on earth. All the work she's put in this offseason, she's a changed player. But you notice the last two games, we haven't heard much from any Angel Reese.
The preseason was Angel Reese's chance to prove she was more than a walking quote machine. And what did she do? 3 rebounds. 3. At this rate, her next endorsement deal will be with a yoga mat because she spent more time on the floor than she did crashing the glass. You can't teach hustle, and clearly you can't market it either. And we haven't even started on the turnovers, because oh yes, she had those too. Like she was giving out gifts at a charity drive. Want the ball? Here, take it. Want another possession? Go for it. She was so generous on the court, she should be nominated for WNBA Humanitarian of the Year. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out there threading passes through defenders like she's got GPS in her fingertips. There's levels, and no matter how many viral tweets scream otherwise, Angel Reese is not on Caitlin Clark's level. Not even close. One's running the offense, the other's running in circles. One is making defenders look like mannequins, the other's being treated like one.
In every single way. And not to mention, she also has kind of like a chip on her shoulder in a way, because you're looking to win that championship again and show people who you are. Also, in a lot of ways, I think that Fee isn't covered the way that she should be. She's not talked about in a lot of ways, and I think she's going to come into this season and just be a scoring machine on every single level. She is going to come to get.
Even the fans know what's up. You look at the crowd when Caitlin plays. They're locked in, edge of their seats, gasping with every deep 3 she launches. When Angel plays, you'd think it was halftime. People are checking their phones, looking confused like they accidentally walked into a rehearsal. But let's not forget how Collier fits into this mess. She's the silent assassin in this whole saga. The one who doesn't tweet, doesn't post, doesn't dance, but will walk into your house and dismantle your offensive strategy like it's IKEA furniture with the instructions written in Swedish. She's what Reese should aspire to be. Focused, tactical, lethal. No gimmicks, no filters, just pure basketball savagery. And here's the kicker. Napheesa didn't just shut Reese down, she exposed the entire illusion. This wasn't just a bad game. It was a reality check. The WNBA isn't some continuation of viral college clips. It's not a safe space for inflated egos or Instagram reels disguised as skill. It's professional basketball, where you either evolve or evaporate. And right now, Angel Reese is steaming into irrelevance at breakneck speed.
Second game, Angel Reese was 4 for 9. She had 9 points and 8 boards. Last night, 2 for 8, 10 points, 3 boards. So, taking out the Brazil game, Angel Reese is shooting 35%. She shoots layups and she's shooting 35%. 9 points per game, 5.5 rebounds. And that could possibly be what her averages look like this season. Shooting around 35%, about 10 points, 5 boards.
So if Reese's fans want to keep screaming about rivalry and disrespect, maybe start by asking her to earn it. Because Caitlin Clark earned hers. With every no-look dime, with every buzzer beater, with every game where she carried an entire franchise on her back like it was her gym bag. Angel Reese, she's out here carrying expectations she can't cash. Let this be a warning, not just to Reese, but to every player who thinks social media fame equals basketball prowess. The WNBA is not your TikTok page. It's where legends are made, not hashtags. And if you step onto that court unprepared, you're going to end up exactly where Angel Reese did, boxed out, benched, and exposed. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is preparing to drop another 30-piece, and Napheesa Collier is looking at her next assignment like, please send someone who stretches first. Because while everyone else is playing for clout, those two, they're just playing basketball and winning.